Greetings in the name of His Imperial Majesty, Jah Rastafari, Namaste, Love, Sashidi Kalji. My name is ABW Recruit. I am the lead with a sound system, music, entertaining crew. My partner with that crew is the Sikh warrior, the Guru of House, Yogi Himit. I'd like to make a couple of points and share some concerns with the worldwide globe family. Basically to do with the current situation in America and one or two other things that have happened England, Europe, America over the past few years. I wasn't really going to get involved with any of this or saying this, but my nephew in Cornwall, Nathan, asked me if we could do something like this together. And when I mentioned it to my director, he said, "You should do something yourself as well, Alfonso." I thought, okay then. First of all, to the viewers out there around the world, especially in America and England, do any of you remember Rodney King? A friend of mine, very dear friend of mine, I've not seen for a while, called Ellie Grace English in London, posted something to do with the current situation in America, stating on a poster, a lady was holding a poster up, or there's a poster, with all these names, 20 names or more, and it says, "England, your hands are dirty too," meaning we've just got as much to be ashamed of as America, as in we had a young mixed race Cockney geezer called Mark Duggan, and his mother actually, and his mother's family are Manchester people. I used to go to school with his mother. The point of it is the police killed him, and they got away with it, and there was bits of riots and people taking to the streets to state the police killed him, and it was on camera, things was caught on camera. But anyway, the point I'm making out to you, I mentioned it and said, do you remember Rodney King? Now, Rodney King, there was riots all over America. They rioted and burnt down, and 2-3 months later, a year later, does anybody mention Rodney King? No, because since, calm down Alfonso, right, here's 2 points for you. People think it's known in history, in 1886, whatever, they abolished, is that right? They abolished, apparently, slavery. Bullshit! Slavery didn't get slavery did not get abolished. It just, like we say in England, they moved the goalposts to suit themselves. Slavery didn't get abolished. Slavery's still been going on since then, and will keep going on from this date after on. It'll keep going on from this date. So people say, what is he on about? Slavery got abolished. No, it didn't. They just moved the goalpost and they called it something else. For instance, I'll give you this. I live in Cornwall. I'm a Manchester lad. Apartheid in Cornwall is alive and kicking. Apartheid around the world is alive and kicking. People think this and people think that, and they've not got a fucking clue, excuse me language. For instance, a little bit, sport. You go and ask Campbell, his name was, he played for Arsenal. Sol Campbell. You go and ask Sol Campbell, another one brings to mind, I can't remember his name, I thought of it last night, about trying to get work in the industry of football. He brought it out. Not many black or mixed race professionals will tell the truth. They don't ruffle the industry, the business and all that. I take me out to Sol Campbell, well done Sol, and a few others. The point of this is, and the point of that is, Apartheid is alive and kicking all over the world. Simply because in England, we have no, I'm not going to say the token black managers or this, that and the other. It's bullshit. We have no black managers. Cricket. We have no black cricketers, mixed race. They're the best cricketers in the world in the what do you call the schools that are that? What we went to call them?
Comprehensive.
Comprehensive school. You've got the best athletes in the world. Full of racism. Every industry is full of racism. For instance, here's one for you. One of our kings called Sefton, Manchester kid. I noticed a couple of days ago we put on Facebook, will racism, discrimination. You've got two words there, racism and discrimination. Take racism away and just put discrimination there. He says, will racism within discrimination ever be end in England? No chance! Apartheid is alive and kicking all over the world. All over the world. So don't get me at it. I've had a miscarriage of justice. It happened when I was 17. It happened when I was 15 and a half before my 16th birthday, actually. But that's a totally other story. Don't get me at it. I've been asked to say some words about this current situation. And I will. For instance, I started saying... Rodney King. Do you have any idea, as a black or mixed race person, what it's like growing up seeing the black soldiers as well as white soldiers, apartheid, shooting rioters, throwing stones? Like when I was a child growing up and I seen the indigenous Americans, the Aboriginals, the bow and arrows. This is before the traders sold them guns. Amazing. And the traders weren't black. The traders weren't Aboriginal. They were American traders selling them guns to shoot their own white Americans. Did you hear that? Did you get your head around that? So, don't get me at it. There's so many things to bring to the attention. It's pathetic. Black Lives Matter. I'm taking the piss, by the way. Black Lives Matter. There's another word for choking. There's a word when you can't get your breath. There's a word for it. It's called, not choking.
Asphyxiation.
Yeah, that and another word. So I've seen posters now saying, I can't breathe.
Suffocate.
They've choked the shit out the black culture. Yeah, look. Why do you think so many Americans... Look, okay, then I'm flying off with thoughts here. Look, black America, black Europe, England, Ireland, Scotland and Wales. This is to the youths and the early 20-year-olds. And also some whites who like hip-hop and that kind of music. To the black cultures around the world. If you're calling each other the N-word... like it's a joke. But yet if someone wants to call you the N-word, you want to kill them. It doesn't make sense. There's so many people out there that confusing F-U-X-K up. In the head, it's mind-blowing. So let's just break it down now. What is it going to take for the American police departments and also in parts of England and Europe, what is it going to take for them to stop killing black people? I heard something on social media last week and a woman said, I'm really frightened for my children being brought up in America because it seems the police have a right not to justify why they've killed that. Because they do it to women now as well. Well, now. They do it to women as well as men. They're killing them with no justifications. And then when they go to their authorities or their department and the people over them, they go, oh, it's all right. oh, it's okay. It's just another black. Well, you'll be okay. You've got justification. You can say, they thought they were going in the pocket for something, or they pulled the mobile phone out, I thought it was a gun. Or I seen one about a woman. A woman got done in by an American police officer. A woman got done in, like blatant did it in, and it's like, what the fuck? And they justify it with a blink of an eye and a click of a finger, killing people. So, I mentioned at the beginning of this, Rodney King, LA, they righted all over from one part of America to the other, started in LA, like a pebble and the ripple effect. So now we've got, go on then, what's his name?
George Floyd.
So now we've got Mr. Floyd, and to his family, and I bet he had children, and it's heartbreaking, and I'm trying not to get upset because I bet you anything you want. The muskrat, sorry, the 5-0, the copper that killed this geezer. Can you imagine how his family now? I bet he's got children, this copper. Can you imagine his children now? His wife, his mother-in-law, his father-in-law, and his wife's family. Your husband's done something, caused murders. The other day was in the Yarden. The Yarden is a Yarden. And the director and someone else said something about the global situation and changing the C-19 situation and all that, and the powers that be. And I said something about a global movement of people with the power to change in a peaceful demonstrations, and it can work and it can happen, but not the way these marchers think they're doing it by London, America, whatever. No, it can't happen like that. And the working classes of the world, hear me now, see me now. The working classes of the world that keep the world together, that not run the world. Without the working classes of the world would stop. But yet you've got the 1%ers and the people that have got all this. The balance of life has been like that. So say this is the balance of life, should be equilibrium. It's been like that for years and could go higher and higher, because you've got the haves and you've got the nots. And the balance doesn't seem like changing. So you've got so much hatred in the world and so much divide. If nothing's going to stop since Rodney King and what's his name?
George Floyd.
I'm not being disrespectful, horrible or nasty. What I'm saying is George Floyd, Rodney King, and all those that have come in between there, and all those that have come way back before Rodney King, all those that will come after. What's it going to take, basically? What's it going to take? The world's not got back to any kind of normality because of the situation with the C-19, C9. You see, when I grew up as a young 8, 9, 10-year-old, we had to do that because my mother was Romany Gypsy and indigenous American Aboriginal. So my father's upbringing and my mother's upbringing were worlds apart, because my father in Central America, Belize, it used to be called British Honduras. It was run by the British. And the Redcoats, like they did with most of the world, through the government and being backed by the government, they went and betrayed the Garifuna, Chief of Chiefs, Chitoyo, and his loyal freedom fighters, like they did with the Aborigines of Australia or the Aborigines of America. Sign that piece of paper, put an X there. Right, get out your land, there's the book, kill you, rape you and take your gold and diamonds or whatever's in your country. So at the end of the day, we cannot be going on with this current situation, which is blatant apartheid, blatant racism, giving racist people the authority to pick up arms and go and kill and shoot and maim black people, whether they've got a badge on that says NYPD does not matter. I can't breathe, and he makes him can't breathe more to kill him. If someone tells you you can't breathe and you're strangling him, what do? Keep strangling him or take your hands off. Stop resisting! I'm not resisting. Stop resisting! I'm not resisting. Obviously not. The word is stop resisting so they can keep beating you. I'm not resisting! It's all over the TV now, all over England. It's one of the best TV things you can get now. Manchester, London, Ireland, Wales. It fucking got more ratings than the dramas, because they are drama, real life drama. Look what's going on in that city. Look at the old Bill. Robocop. Love it. Couldn't get in the army, so we'll be a copper. Anyway, calm down, Alfonso. It's quite raw. It's not good. I try not watch the news or read the newspapers, and you have people telling you over the phone conversations or stop you in the street. It's not good. So all I will say is my heart, hand on heart, goes out to the innocent angel geezer that they've snuffed out, took his life. And I would like to say to people, like his family have come out and said, burning down your own property, rioting, and obviously you need a voice, and you won't be doing that if it was senators, MPs, whatever you call them over there, or whatever, because it doesn't seem to be working. Peaceful protesting doesn't seem to have never worked. So obviously the people that were writing and they say, oh, they're organised, they've come from out the area. Yeah, they've been saying that for years. So everybody that's writing in America from one city to the other, there's nothing to do with them killing an innocent person again. They're just doing it because they want to go and get a fridge, a TV. They want to go and riot and loot that shop because they've got no money, they've got no future, and they've got no life. So here's an opportunity to go off and bullshit. Maybe some of them, the bulk of them, have had enough, because it could happen to them. It could happen to their wife, their son, their dad, their uncle. So I'm going to finish up. I'm going to finish now. And there's a lot of people around the world affected by this. And we've not even got to any kind of normality with the current situation, with the worldwide prison. Forget lockdown. The word lockdown comes from where? World lockdown. Forget lockdown and use world nick. The whole world's in the nick. I'll finish on that. Forget lockdown. World prison. Namaste, love, Rastafari, love. Peace and love. Worldwide. Divine and royal you are. Thank you very much.